This is Hawksbee and Jacobs with your clips of the year here on talkSPORT, and it's time now for the talkSPORT listeners to take centre stage. Where would we be, Andy? Where would we be without the talkSPORT listeners?
Better off.
Okay. You're not supposed to say that.
No, that's not
true. It doesn't mean it.
I don't. I love the callers.
That's
why we take so many calls.
Yes, he doesn't. Yeah, Andy. But we know you're out there in radio land, as Rodney Marsh used to say, and we do appreciate you listening. We wouldn't be here without you.
Of course,
we wouldn't be. Yeah, you complete us. So we start with a caller to the sports bar.
Hi, Jackie.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Jack?
Just 1 minute, Mum. Will you please stop trying to ring me because I'm going on talkSPORT. I've told you what to do. Right, thank you.
There we are. No messing about there from Jackie. A regular course on the sports bar.
Now, sticking with the sports bar, and on first listen, this clip does sound a bit odd, but when you consider that the show does go out around bedtime.
Alan is first up. Alan, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good, Al. How are you?
I'm good. Can I have a story, please?
Yeah, okay. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. Yeah. I think everyone wants a story at bedtime, don't they? And why can't I think a story from Jason Cundy, that would be lovely.
Lovely.
So, this is a Manchester City fan calling drive.
But I can't see us winning it. I just don't know why. I just can't see it. The Poznan was done when we played in the UEFA Cup and we played a team, forget who it was, and they scored and they turned round.
Yeah.
Poznan.
I think it might have been Poznan, yeah. A clue's in the name.
That's the clue, yeah.
And sticking with callers to drive.
Steve is a Manchester United fan in Leighton Buzzard. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, my name at Steve on Sport, and I'm ringing because I am disgusted.
Steve on Sport. Is his name Steve on?
Steve on Sport.
That's a great name. I'd like to be called Steve on Sport. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a bizarre clip. Now, as we think this caller may have hit the rewind button.
He brings in Van Dijk, shows up the defence, but also then says to the midfielders, we're not just going to...
Have we lost it?
Go round the outside. Here's a caller to Jim White, seemingly on board his chopper.
This is Michael, who's a Tottenham fan, who wants to join us live. Michael, good morning.
Some Spurs fans got a few quid. Probably a little helipad we'll have next on Tottenham High Road.
Back to the sports bar again now.
Adam's up next. Adam, hello.
Oh.
It is late at night, you know. You got. Hello.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yes.
Now, one of the talkSPORT presenters has clearly made a massive impression on this caller to the sports bar.
Remind us who you look like, Ron.
A little bit like Jim, what's his name, on Sky Sports.
Good old Jim What's-Name, yeah. Hi, I'm Jim What's-Name off Sky Sports.
Deadline day.
And I look a bit like
Jim What's-Name.
I look a bit like Brian from the sports bar. So, what's next?
In a similar vein, here's a caller to drive with Adrian Durham and the unforgettable Danny Murphy.
John's a Chelsea fan. Wants to talk about this Southgate Sterling thing. Hiya, John.
Hi, John.
How you doing, Ed? And, yep.
Yep, okay, yeah. England, Liverpool, Fulham, Spurs, and you're reduced to yep.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks very much for that. So, thankfully, of course, we do get some very knowledgeable callers here on talkSPORT.
There was a lot of players that underperformed. I mean, that guy that plays for Dortmund or Bayern Munich, Sancho, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, you can do, you should be on football, on our show on Trans-Europe Express. That'd be good, yeah.
This is a very old call to Andy and Jason on the sports bar.
If your number ends in 118, you're up next. Who's
well, you only got the living room, so you're there.
Hello?
Hello?
That was a Paul Whitehouse character, wasn't it?
So weird.
That was amazing. Now, we couldn't quite work out what this Chelsea caller's lasting impression of the retiring Fernando Torres was during his time at the Bridge.
He should have scored more league goals, but that man never gave up. He scored loads of cup goals. He should have scored more league goals. I was there that night in Amsterdam in 2013 when he scored. He scored lots of cup goals. So when they often talk about him, they don't mention the amount of cup goals he scored. He should have scored more league goals, granted. But no one can ever accuse him of not trying at Chelsea. We know what he did for that club. He should have scored more league goals.
Yeah, I did sense he felt that Fernando was deficient in the kind of goal-scoring area, didn't you?
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League, that's right. It's very true.
Certainly.
Now, what's next?
It's a caller to Jim White.
Shay, how are you? Manchester United fan Shay. Good morning, mate.
Morning.
Oh, blimey, dirty boy. Where was he making that call from? This is the caller to Laura Woods on the full-time phone-in.
Let's hear from Matthew, who's a Chelsea fan. What do you think, Matthew?
How you doing, Natalie?
I don't know. I'll ask Natalie when I speak to her if she's all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Seem to take it well.
Did he actually think the late Hollywood actress Natalie Woods was presenting the show on talkSPORT? Probably.
It does seem unlikely. What's next, Andy?
Oh, well, that can happen, of course, and at least he knows now.
You have got experience. You've got Arisa Balaga that, when he came in was the most expensive goalkeeper.
Balaga.
Easy for you to say.
Natalie.
No, not Natalie, Laura. She told you once.
It's brilliant.
Arisa Balaga.
Yeah.
It was probably him who phoned up earlier on.
Balaga.
Yeah. Now the sports bar once more now.
Joe, good evening. Joe.
Hello.
Joe, hello. Joe.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
Joe, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Well, speak then, Joe.
My name's Chaz.
Yes, that explains it.
He's poor fella. I mean, no wonder he didn't respond.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, next it's a caller to the full-time phone-in.
Scott, you are a Villa fan. What did you make of what happened today?
Well, I'm absolutely stumped for words, to be honest.
Why?
Absolutely stumped for words.
Not great, is it, really, when you're on a phone-in show?
Why ring up?
Hello, lads, I've got nothing to say.
It's brilliant, isn't it? This is Jeff Brazier chatting to a caller on the Jim White Show. And do stick with this clip, even though it is a bit technical. Yeah.
You can't say some people can run on the pitch and other people can't.
Technically,
the same rule.
Well, technically, just to pick you out, I suppose Jesse March would say that he didn't go on the pitch. He ran down the touchline and met them at the corner flag.
I suppose you can say technically he didn't, but technically he shouldn't be leaving his technical box, should he?
So you're not for it at all.
No, but then technically a fan could jump over and not technically run on the pitch, but just technically run on the line. And if the players are just, are technically off the pitch, the fans could jump on top of the players and be celebrating. And technically, you could say he didn't actually get on the pitch.
Yes, a bit technical, wasn't it?
Yeah, I understood in the end.
Hopefully you stuck with that. Here's Chris, a caller to Jim White, sounding remarkably like Johnny Vegas.
My grandson is 9. He lives and breathes it. He's not kicking a football. He's talking football. He sits with me and we watch football matches. When England got knocked out at World Cup, he was crying. He's got his passion for football. If he loses at football on a Sunday morning for his local team, he cries.
Yeah, Chris was doing a nice bit of pottery during that.
We think that's a lady. We're not quite sure, are we?
I think it is, actually.
Great voice.
And finally,
yeah,
it's a caller to the sports bar talking Chelsea.
Chelsea, they are building an England side, and it wouldn't happen unless there was Lampard there.
What do you mean an England side? William's not English, is he?
Oh, well, all right, Great Britain.
Yeah, William, that well-known Scotsman. William Wallace.